Okay, so let's start with a word you probably think you know inside and out. Basin. It seems so simple, right? But what if I told you that tucked away inside its dictionary definition, there's a clue to a much, much bigger idea about how language itself can work?
So if you look up basin, you'll find two main meanings. First, you've got a container, right? Something physical, like a sink basin, that's wider than it is deep. Easy enough. But then it's also a place, a huge area of land, like the Amazon basin. So you have this simple, everyday object on one hand, and this massive geographical concept on the other. But believe it or not, that's not even the most interesting part.
Because buried on that same dictionary page, I found this tiny, almost hidden little note. It's just one sentence, but it totally changes how you see this word. It connects Basin to this incredible system designed for communication.
And here it is. Basin is on the Basic English 850 list. Now, when I first saw that, my reaction was probably like yours. Okay, so what? What on earth is the Basic English 850 list? It sounds kind of official, but what does it actually mean for a word to be on it? And that is the question that unlocks this whole story. This is where we go from just a simple word to the world of language design and this amazing quest for clear, universal understanding. So let's break down what this list is all about. The whole thing really comes down to this one number, 850. And this isn't just some random number they pulled out of a hat. It's the exact number of words that form the entire foundation of a simplified version of the English language. And that system is called, you guessed it, Basic English. It was specifically created to be this super clear, efficient way for people from all over the world to communicate. The whole idea is that with just these 850 carefully picked words, you can say almost anything you need to say. It's all about getting maximum impact from a minimal vocabulary. So how do you possibly boil down the entire English language to just 850 words? Well, the people who designed it focused on building a rock-solid foundation. They chose words for everyday things you can actually see and touch, words for actions that everyone understands, and words for really central key ideas. Every single word on that list had to earn its spot by being unbelievably useful and crystal clear. Which, of course, brings us right back to our hero word. Out of more than 1 million words in the English language, why did Basin make the cut? What makes it so special that it got a spot on this very exclusive list? And this is where it gets so cool. Basin is the perfect example of linguistic efficiency. For starters, it's a concrete object. It's easy to learn because you can literally point to it. But then that exact same simple word scales way, way up to describe this huge abstract geographical concept. One word, two totally different scales. That is an incredible amount of heavy lifting for just 5 little letters. And you know what else makes it perfect? It just fits so neatly into these simple grammatical boxes. It's a noun, you can count it, 1 basin, 2 basins. And its function is clear. It's a container. There are no weird exceptions or tricky rules. For a language system that's all about clarity, that kind of simplicity is pure gold. So you see, Basin wasn't just chosen at random. It's like a masterclass in language design all by itself. It's both incredibly simple and amazingly versatile, which makes it one of the most useful words you could possibly have in a small vocabulary. And really, that's the big takeaway here. The story of this one little word shows the genius behind Basic English. It's not about limiting what we can say, it's about giving us a powerful, flexible toolkit. It proves you don't need 1 million words to talk about big ideas. You just need the right words. And all of this leaves us with a final thought to chew on. You know, we live in a world that's just flooded with complex information and jargon. It really makes you stop and wonder. In a world that's so complicated, what is the real value of a simple, powerful word?